Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Epic Learning Skills. Today we are going to start a new chapter, Introduction to C++. The topics we will cover today are the parts of C++ program, the cout object. So our first topic is the parts of C++ program. C++ program have parts and components that serve specific purposes. Every C++ program has an anatomy. Unlike the human anatomy, the parts of C++ program are not always in the same place. Nevertheless, the parts are there, and our first step in learning C++ is to learn what they are. So we will begin with the simple C++ program. So let's start. So here on the screen is a simple C++ program. Let's examine the program line by line. Here on the first line, there is written a simple C++ program. This symbol marks the beginning of a command. The compiler ignores everything from the double slash to the end of the line. That means you can type anything you want on that line and the compiler will never complain. Although comments are not required, they are very important to programmers, and most programs are much more complicated. So comments actually help them to explain what's going on. On the line number 2, there is written hash include iostream. So when a line begins with the hash symbol, it indicates it is a preprocessor directive. The preprocessor reads your program before it is compiled and only execute those lines beginning with the hash symbol. Think of a preprocessor as a program that set up your source code for the compiler. The hash include directive causes the preprocessor to include the content of another file in the program. The word inside the brackets iostream is the name of the file that is to be included. The iostream file contains code that allow a C++ program to display the output on the screen and read the input from the keyboard. Because the cout statement on the line number 7 prints cout on the computer screen, so we need to include this file. This content will be placed in the program at the point the hash include statements appear. The iostream file is called a header file, so it should be actually included at the head or the top of the program. On the line number 3, there is written using namespace std. Programs usually contain various types of items with unique names. Variables, functions and objects, these all are the example of program entities that must have names. C++ uses namespace to organize the names of program entities. The statement using namespace std declares that the program will be accessing entities whose names are the part of the namespace called std. The program needs access to the std namespace because every name created by the iostream file is the part of namespace. On the line number 5, there is written int main. This marks the beginning of the function. A function can be thought of as a group of one or more programming statements that has a name. The name of this function is main, and the set of the parentheses that follows the name indicate that it is a function. The word int stands for the integer, and it indicates that the function sends an integer value back to the operating system when it is finished executing. Although most C++ have more than one function, every C++ program must have a function called main. It is the starting point of the program. If you are ever reading someone else's program and want to find where it starts, just look for the function called main. On the line number 6, there is a solitary character. This is known as the left brace or the opening brace. It is associated with the beginning of the function main. All the statements that make up a function are enclosed in the set of braces. If you look at the third line down from the opening brace, you will see the closing brace. Everything between two braces is the content of function main. After the opening brace, you will see the statement on the line number 7 written as cout programming is a great fun. This line displays a message on the screen. You will read more about the cout later on. The message programming is a great fun is printed without the quotation mark. In the programming terms, the groups of characters inside the quotation mark is known as the string literal, a string constant, or simply a string. Notice that the line number 7 ends with the semicolon. Just as the period, this marks the end of the sentence. A semicolon is required to mark the end of a complete statement in C++, but many C++ lines such as comments, preprocessor directive, and the beginning of the function, they are not a complete statement, so they do not end with the semicolon. So as you spend more time working with the C++, you will get a feel for where you should use or you should not use the semicolon. On the line number 7, there is written return 0. So this sends the integer value 0 back to the operating system when the program finishes running. The value 0 usually indicates that a program executed successfully. On the last line, there is a closing brace. This brace marks the end of the main function. Because main is the only function in this program, so it also marks the end of the program. So we will now execute this program. So yes, here on the screen is printed programming is a great fun. So our next topic is the cout object. Cout is used to display the information on the computer screen. In this section, you will learn to write the program that produces the output on the screen. The simplest type of the screen output that a program can display is the console output, which is merely a plain text. The word console is an old computer term. It comes from the day when a computer operator interacted with the system by typing on the terminal. The terminal, which consisted of a simple screen and the keyboard, was known as a console. Cout is classified as the stream object, which means it works with the stream of data. To print a message on the screen, you send a streams of character to the cout. Let's look at the line number 7 of this program. There is written cout programming is a great fun. This operator is used to send the string programming is a great fun to the cout. When this operator is used in this way, it is called as the stream insertion operator. The item immediately to the right of the operator is inserted into the output stream that is sent to the cout to be displayed on the screen. Another way to display the similar message on the screen is to use more than one cout statement. So the output of this program will be identical to the above program. The important concept to understand about this program is that although the output is broken into the two programming statements, this program will still display the message on a single line. Unless you specify otherwise, you send to the cout is displayed in a continuous stream. So let's execute this program. So yes, here on the screen is printed a single line, programming is a great fun. So our next program is an unruly printing program. The layout of the actual program looks nothing like the arrangement of the string in the source code. First notice there is no space displayed between the word sellers and during or between the June and computer. Cout displays message exactly as they are sent. If spaces are to be displayed, they must appear in the strings. Even though the output is broken into the 5 line in the source code, it come out as a one long line of the output. The reason the output come out as one long line is that the cout does not start a new line unless told to do so. So first of all, execute this program. So, here you will see that the message is printed on a single line. Following were the top sellers during the month of June: computer, games, coffee, aspirin. So, there is no space between the June and computer, game, coffee and aspirin. So, our next program is a well adjusted printing program. There are two ways to instruct cout to start a new line. The first is to send a cout a stream manipulator called endl. So, if you send the endl to the cout statement, every time the cout encounter an endl stream manipulator, it advances the output to the beginning of the next line for the subsequent printing. The manipulator can be inserted anywhere in the streams of characters sent to cout. As long as it is outside the double quotes, it will display the message on the next line. So, another way, so first of all, let us execute this program. So, yes, here on the screen you will see that the output is printed on the separate line. Following what the top seller is printed on another line: computer, games, coffee, aspirin, they all are printed step by step. So, another way to accomplish the similar output is to use the escape sequence character instead of using the endl. So, the \n is the example of the escape sequence character. Escape sequence are written as the \" character followed by the control character and are used to control the way output is displayed. There are many escape sequence in the C++. So, the new line escape sequence is \n. When cout encounters the \n in a string, it does not print it on the screen. Instead, it interprets it as a special command to advance the output cursor to the next line. You have probably noticed that inserting the escape sequence requires less time than inserting the endl. That is why some programmers might prefer it. So, first of all, let us execute this program also. So, yes, we have not commented the above program. So, first of all, comment above program. So, now we will execute it. So, here you will see that the similar output is displayed as we have displayed by using the endl. So, always remember one thing, the initial programmers forgot to use the \n inside the quotation mark. So, never use the \n outside the quotation mark, otherwise it will display an error on the screen. Another thing, do not replace the \/ with the /. For example, if I use the / and then execute this program, so it has printed the \/ n. So, if you are using the /, then it will become a part of the string. It is not then a escape sequence. So, here is an assignment for you all. You just have to write a program that will display your name on the first line, your street address on the second line, and your zip code on the third line, your telephone number on the fourth line, and test your program by entering, compiling and running it. I hope that you all have been cleared about the parts of the C++ program, the cout object. If you have any query regarding these topics or this assignment, do write in the comment section below or email me.